and welcome to November on the Standpoint. And yes, you know, I'm already in the Christmas mood. Today's program, I have mixed feelings about it. You know, we go way back. We've done some crazy things together. We have achieved a lot together. My longest fighting, you know what, I won't tell you what it is, but let me say thank you to Liran for my dress. My hair is by Insula, styled by Michelin's Mirror. Thank you to Note Cosmetics for the makeup products and beautifully applied by Makeup by Taba. I'm so grateful. And then my beats by Matilda Hood-Kutu. We take a break. When we come back, you are in for a surprise. Yes, call somebody to call somebody. That ene was Standpoint or so. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Standpoint. November on the Standpoint. And yes, still, I'm not telling you what today is about, but it's a program and a half. Well, let me say thank you to Juice Time for supporting us. Away Purified Mineral Water and Puma Drinks by Casa Preco Company Limited. Thank you to House of Food, Auntie Vera and the team. We are always grateful to them. And then, of course, Yacht Cleaning Services, Standing Floral and Decor, and all those who've been supporting us. And don't forget, please, I beg you, Christmas is almost around the corner. One shoe for one Ghanaian child, okay? We beg you. We know things are tough. We know we are in hard times, but please, still, okay, help us. One shoe for age 0 to 16 years, so size 0 to about 43, both boys and girls, and brand new shoes or slightly used shoes. We'll take it, okay? Well, to my program today. You see, Ebusa, she does not respect. She's my fighting partner for years. We've known each other for over 30 years. I don't even remember how we met. But our relationship, ladies and gentlemen, my guest today is the one and only Kate Addo, Director of Public Affairs, Parliament of the Republic of Ghana, formerly of GBC. She's also celebrating 25 years in media. And though she abandoned me to go and look for money, but she's here today. Welcome to the Start Point.
Finally. Finally.
Behave.
I'm going to get, but before I get into it, so the Dual Concept Foundation, which is headlined by Penny and Kakra, will donate 10 brand new pairs of shoes for Christmas. So that's it.
Thank you.
Penny and Kakra will kill me because
she's my mother of twins. You know,
but we are donating 10 brand new shoes.
Thank you
for that.
Okay. Wait, let's talk about, and you've been doing something to the duku, something.
Tuck and tie, we are dukuing up. That's my side hustle.
Okay.
Kroma. So you need to do that. So what I'm doing is that I have a fabric and duku business. You know, my mother's mother was a fabric merchant. My father's mother was a fabric merchant. Okay. My mother was, my sister is. What's there not to be? So yeah. That's what I'm like. That's what you should wear some of the tuck and tie, because you see, I always tell people that a tuck and tie, you bring your style, we give you, in fact, you bring yourself and then we give you the style, but you have a lot of quirks, so I can see how that will work. Yeah, so you know, Penny 70, you used to wear duku. So I know how you would do it. I used to, you know, she would tell me.
Well, I told you.
She would tell me that, Kate, can't feel it, easy. By the time she would tie the thing, 5 minutes into it, I have a headache. And I do have a surprise for her. She thinks she's going to interview me. I'm going to interview her. Do you remember when we met? Do you remember how you met me?
You know, I've been thinking about it.
I do know how I met you.
How did we meet?
So we met at the, you know, the GIJ place where we eat?
Yes.
Not the GNTC place.
No. The proper GIJ canteen.
I think it was an afternoon. Maybe second week into it, and you knew some of the people from Fansiman already.
Yeah.
So in the afternoon, I don't know if you remember, we used to buy some rice bee at Osu, Auntie Akwele.
Auntie Akwele, yes.
So I remember that day, you said you wouldn't eat, and so we bought the food, and then everybody ate. And then the following day, we were going to buy it, and you said you wouldn't. I said, hey, mommy, Why? Let's go, I'll buy it for you. So we went and then I bought the food and then we came and then we ate it. The next morning at about 6 o'clock, I was coming when, if I got to school when you said, where are you? No, at that time, we didn't used to have mobile phones. So you said, what are you after? I said, nothing. You said, oh, have you eaten? I said, yes, I had eaten kinky and egg because they sell kinky and egg, of course. And then you said, oh, come, let's go somewhere. You took me down, you know the GNTC, the one after that.
Yeah.
They sell some wache there.
Yeah.
And that's why I was telling you guys that you call it smooching wache.
Smooching wache.
And then you bought it for me. And so that's how we started eating together. So that whole week we spent together.
So our relationship started on food.
I promise you. it was Auntie Akole's rice and that macaroni. And then the next day was the wachi. And then after that, you would come and call me. Like you were in the other class, I was in the other class. But you kept coming to get me to go and get food, and it gets me to go to the library and everything. And I must say this. Now with hindsight, I never thought I'd say this, but you were like the big sister I never had. Because you were a little older than me, you were a little wiser in terms of the world.
I am older than you, don't say a little.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, don't say a little.
No,
I am older. You turned 50 this year, isn't it? I am 52. So don't
and
that
has been an issue from day one. So yes, you used to look out for me and everything. But I'm going to interview you.
Okay, I'm ready for you.
25 years in the media. How has it been for you?
Well, it's been tough. It's been tough. There's been good moments and there've been really bad moments. The tough moments was when I lost my sister, you.
That's something I'll come back to. Because it's something that I think we should speak about. We've never really spoken about it.
Yeah.
But I think we should speak about it.
What happened to us?
We'll come back to that. Those are the questions that I have planned for you.
Hey,
Without
yes,
you thought I would come all the way here and have you interview me.
Okay.
Okay. Now we'll do it this way.
Okay.
So tell me, so there's been some really good moments
and not so bad moments. I mean, I remember, how both of us were put on the breakfast show as floor managers. And then on the first day, I managed to,
You were a little luckier than I was. The first day, you got to do the newspaper review.
Yes, so I was on the part of that. And then after that, we did a lot of reporting. People started calling us Akwele and Akoko, because of the Homo War. We traveled across, Ghana. I think you went to Nzulezu.
You went to
the northern part.
Monkey Sanctuary.
Monkey Sanctuary in Kuranza and all that. We did so many. We did reporting together. We did parliamentary reporting. We did presidential reporting, together. That is when I think the major problems, they started pitching us against each other. And then what we did, there are lots of things. Started presenting the news.
Yes. You started before me.
Yes.
Somehow, you always manage to start 1 or 2 days before me.
Because I'm older than you.
I remember.
I came into this one before you.
I remember, I've been thinking about this recording for like the longest time. And I remember that one of the days when we lost one of our friends. Yeah. And I did the reading of a tribute. And one person said, oh, Kate, you read it very well. But Gifty started reading the news before you. And you said, because I'm older than her. And so I was hoping you'd say that.
That's it.
And you said it today. So yeah, it leads me to the next issue that I think we should talk about. Yeah. And it's the fact that when two females are doing well, I mean, me and you were 24, I was 22 or something like that. Yeah. And people always compare people to people. It's very sickening. I mean, somebody can say something like, we're down for no. And, you've been in the media space. I mean, luckily or unluckily, I've been out of the media space for a while. Is it still the same?
It's still there. It's still there. And you get people comparing. And people passing comments like, oh, look at you, you're still doing well, but this person does that. But thank God for maturity and thank God for growth. I mean, when we allowed things to get to us, we were younger. Yeah. We didn't know any better. We were still struggling in there. I mean, through mistakes, through failures, through disappointment, I've become wiser. I see beyond a lot of things. I mean, I tend to analyze a lot of things that are said to me and, and said about other people. when people try to praise me and pitch me against, I say that, well, this person is also doing well. This person, they are doing their own thing. This is what I wanted to do, and this is what, she decided to do. So that's I mean, like, even when you became the director, you were deputy before you became the director of public affairs. People like, hey, uda so nam ha. Down for no ya dear wo parliament waiting to purchase and count to me. I'm sister. No, no. Come in to me. I can't do it. That's not for me.
Trust me. I mean, one day my shoes, you won't come back.
One day my shoes not me, but I would say it still happens, and I see that it's being done to the younger ones, and I'm glad we are talking about it, because on my birthday next year, I intend to have conversation with younger women in the media. I want us to have a transgenerational conversation about some of these things that we are allowed to get to us, and it undermines us. It can really break us and destroy our growth.
Yes.
Destroy our growth in the no, they don't do. And even when they do it, they don't take it as personal as we take it as women. They don't take, they just can brush it aside and then work along it. But we let it get to us. And I don't see anything wrong with being emotional. It's important to be emotional.
And you are a very emotional person.
Very, very emotional. That one there, emotional. Thanks to you.
Please.
She will go and look for fight.
We'll come back to that. Look, our time is limited. Let's talk about something else. I mean, finish that thought, and then we'll talk about the fact that it is twice as hard for a female to rise and be respected for their work, rather than for their looks and the other things that they bring to the table. So let's finish that thought, because it's a very important thought, and then we go back to that.
Yeah, it's very true. And I see it being done to the younger generation as well. I mean, our time, that's why I want us to have what didn't they say about us? Then every time there's something, you can't succeed on your own. And because she's beautiful, or because she's got this, because she's got boobs, she goes, and I mean, everything, people, they see what I have come to realize, that they know. They see your hard work. They see the commitment you put in. You know how many hours we were used to work.
I want to ask you to tell people your schedule when you started work. Just so that it will put things in perspective. Remember, you're starting from breakfast show to probably late news.
Yes.
So do the math for them quickly.
So those times, in the late 90s and 2000s, when we were, we. So I live in Tama. I leave home by 4:30 a.m. By 5:30 or 5:15, I should be at GBC get ready for breakfast show, read the newspapers, do makeup and get ready and all that. After that, if we are on morning shift, you go to the newsroom to go and prepare for the news. You will be sent on assignment. And depending on, it doesn't matter that your assignment is at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. Sometimes your assignment will finish at 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. Since you went in the morning. When you come, you have to work on your story and make sure it goes. For 7 o'clock news. And those times, until your story goes on air, there's no problem. You don't go home. So you will stay from GBs from the dawn till, your story goes, and then you go home. If you're on afternoon shift, that means maybe you'll be presenting the news. So when you finish the breakfast show, sometimes we used to go and hide and sleep, so you'll be lying down and they'll come and call you that there's an assignment, so go.
Come and go.
So you will stay, go on assignment, do your assignment, come and present the news. You do the 7, you do the 10:31, and then we'll close around 11. Go to Tema, and then
by 4 a.m.
you're up on your way coming.
So the reason I said do this is to put things in perspective. That it wasn't easy. It wasn't It wasn't like in our time. The other thing is that I think what it was that when we came and we were very hungry, in every sense, every pun in the world intended, we were poor, we were broke, we didn't have anything, we needed success, we needed money to buy food, and we did get money to buy food from all kinds of means. including people gifting us.
Yeah.
But did we work hard?
Yeah.
Did we work hard?
We did.
Are we still struggling?
We are still struggling, working hard, We did work hard and we did work for everything. And even those who gifted it on the side, it's because they saw the heart. They admired us. I mean, I pay much respect and tribute to the late Uncle Wallace Bump. May he rest in peace. That man pushed us. Oh, Lord. He pushed us. And we started by hating him, thinking he doesn't like us.
But he was our father. He was our father.
He was our father. And we're back.
Father.
Quiet.
Adole.
Nana.
I've been reflecting since I got the call for this particular interview. I knew I was going to be the one doing the interview. So that wasn't even a question in my mind. But one of the things that came to me, two things.
Right.
Words are very powerful.
Yeah.
Words are very, very powerful. Yeah. And there's everything in a name.
Yeah.
And today I came because I want us to like reminisce. 25 years you've been working at this every day on TV. People are tired of you and then they fall in love with you again and then they fall out of love. You've had a very rough journey. But one of the things that resonated with me is, I'll ask you, do you remember there was a day when you were going to read the news and Uncle Ali said, hey, Nana, do you remember? So when you got the chance, fast forward, this is a mishmash, or rishi. when you got the opportunity to marry somebody from a royal family, did that thing come back to you and say?
Actually, it's just resonating with me. I just try to remember. No, I didn't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. What I remember is you sending me a message. That you were going to sit in Palanquin with me. And I told you that, no, I'm not a queen mother. I'm a chief's wife, so we are not going to sit in a Palanquin.
It doesn't matter what it is you are. But, okay, we'll take a brief break and then we'll be back. Please stay with us. The conversation is going to get very interesting, very personal. I'm the only one that knows certain things about this woman that nobody knows.
I know,
and today, I'm going to get her to talk about this. So please do stay with us. And who knows, I might have found a new job. I am the new host of The Standpoint. Listen to the feminine side of what is it? Is it things?
I don't know.
We'll be right back.
Well, let me say thank you to our sponsors and our supporters. Thank you to Liran Collections for my dress. Makeup by Note Cosmetics and beautifully applied by Makeup by Taiba. My hair is by Inshallah GH and styled by Michelin Samira. My beads by Matilda Hujkuto. We'll be back.
So welcome back to The Standpoint, where the feminine side of issues are always illuminated and brought to the fore. Today, my guest, my host and guest, is the one and only Oheneyiri Gifty Auntie. I call her Nana, and she calls herself Miefia Danswa.
Miefia Danswa.
So, today we are having a conversation about, her journey, 25 years down the line, what she's done, what she's been up to, her ups and downs, and all the good things and the bad things that have happened to her.
But we are having a conversation about us, our friendship, our sisterhood.
You see,
how did it become about me?
I don't want to be part of the 25-year celebration. I'm taking your shine.
Oh,
so
taking which shine?
I'm walking 2 steps behind
together.
You. I'm walking 2 steps behind you. But yes, for those of you who don't know us, especially the younger generation, my name is Kate Adu. Her name is Gifty Auntie. We started work in 1990. We started school. We met in 1994. And then we started school. We went to school. Then we started work in 1996 together. We did many, many, many beautiful stories together. These stories are still, I think, unbeaten. And even if I say so myself, our presentations, people still talk about it how many years after. And we have been, like she said, sisters and frenemies and lovers and not so good together. And she says, and she is violent. She says all kinds of things when she wants to say it. But that which draws us together has always been stronger than that which pulls us apart. And so when I came and I saw the heading for today's program, it says that a sister is never lost. There was never a doubt in my mind that I even told my husband that if anything ever happened to me, you know who to call. And he said,
when you said that thing to me, it just broke me. I was like, wow.
But anybody who's ever spoken to me about anything would tell you that I always told them that if anything happened to me, 3 people, you, first of all, and 2 other people. And he said, but why her? And I said, because I know that she will not let my children go hungry. And that's the most important thing to me if I'm not here. And so tell people about some of the memories that cry. In fact, I was going to bring you tissue. And I thought I would be the first one to cry first. Try. Please.
I'll cry.
Zoom in.
I'll cry.
But you see, I say that with somebody say it's a check I'll take to the bank, and I know that it will clear, because I know that it doesn't matter what I have done or what you have done. If I needed you, I knew you were going to be here. You remember there was a day I went to do something somewhere here, and it didn't work, and I came. I said, Hannah, I need somebody to hotspot me. I don't think I want to speak to anybody but you. And I hadn't seen you in maybe 3 years, 4 years. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. You see, so I don't know whether you want to talk about it and to use this to advise young people about, keeping good relationships in spite of, not because of. So I like you. Oh, she's crying. Oh, don't be like that. Don't be like that. Don't be like that.
I would invite her. It's just, we were, she could wear my clothes. I could wear her clothes. I could go to her house. Her mother was my mother. My father was her father. My father will talk to us together. We did crazy things together. We went out together. I knew who she was dating. She knew who I was dating. I mean, our partners could go out with each other, for fun and nothing. We were just, I don't think after her I can say that I've had somebody say, this is really my friend. I've had friends, but somebody who know me to the core, that I could tell anything, who, I can, I was telling, my driver that I can go and commit, God forbid, murder, and Kate is the one I can tell the that's what.
And then we'll figure it out.
And the same thing she could do, could do it, but somehow petty thing. I mean, they are not petty things, but things that we kept to ourselves. Somebody will come and say something to me that Kate has said this or done that, and then somebody will go and say that, and will not ask her. She will also not ask me, and then we just kept piling until the time we realized we had lost each other. For me, it really hit me, because you were my sister, my younger sister, who, I me, I like to mother. And I always like to play that sister, big sister role, because I'm the last, no one comes after me. And you remember that I always say that you are my younger sister. Every time you come after me, So I lost that, first love for somebody who I felt was taken care of. Kate was someone, she would come and tell me, Gifty, this person has done this, that, and I won't ask any question. I will get up and go and fight and go and speak my mind. And then I'll come back and then find out that Kate was the one at fault.
90% of the time.
90% of the time, she was at fault. But that should tell you the kind of relationship we had.
I was so small.
She was so tiny. Small. Now she's taller than me.
I was so small. So everybody was like, why are you like that? And then even in the newsroom, I think, okay, so talking about relationships and people falling apart, for me, it's a big deal, because that's what's breaking today's young people. Let's say, so it starts in the workplace, where 2 people are differently gifted. Everybody knew that my love was documentary. Everybody knew that your love was something else. I mean, I remember when you would go on leave and they would give me the newspaper review, I wouldn't do as good a job. But if they said human interest stories, then that was my thing. Asking certain type of questions, that was my thing. But when people start comparing apples and melons and deciding that they want to, tell people what to think and how to behave. And I mean, if you see my skinny legs, And she has the most beautiful legs on it.
Oh,
And
Jamie.
so somebody will say, hey, and I don't know, but I have other things that she doesn't have.
Yeah.
And people take away from you. They are like locusts.
Yeah.
They eat you away. And before
Yeah.
you know what's happening, you are no longer the person
Yeah.
that you used to be.
Yeah.
And today I came with, like I said, violence. One of the, for me, the turning point was when I was leaving GBC. I didn't have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
And when I said to you eventually that, Nana, I don't think I'll come back to work again.
Yeah. And you went to do your master's before I did
Before
mine.
before you did, so I was away.
Yeah.
And but that was spoken about. But what I wanted to speak about was when I was leaving. You said, "Oh, Kate, if you had mentioned this, and I would have told you don't go because we could have done documentaries together." Hindsight, I would have taken that decision because I find that no matter how good I am at 9 to 5, my real love is
It's
creativity.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And so when you take that away and I blame the people who took that away from me.
Yeah.
I mean, we both come from single parents families.
Yeah.
But, and it's funny because you had your father and I had my
your
mom.
mother.
And so we sort of like, and one of the things, but you were somehow a lot street smarter than I was. Because my mother wouldn't let human being breathe. So I didn't go out.
Because she was protective.
And so most of the things that now you were telling me then now makes sense. But at the time, it didn't, because I didn't have a point of reference. I didn't understand why somebody would be thinking that if that wasn't what it was and everything. But people are bad.
Yeah, people are bad. And I've been thinking about this, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I've been thinking since we got back together. I mean, we started getting this latter part of, I think it was in August when I was in US, and then...
No, that was before
this was before we got, okay. This year, we decided to be thinking about it. And at a point, I broke down and cried because I felt I failed you. I failed you because I felt, yes, once again, I was older. And to think about it now, I think you looked up to me.
I did.
But I also, when I saw you drifting, when, because of things you have been told and I've been told, I also sat back.
You see, again.
And didn't react.
Failed me would be being too hard on yourself. It wasn't like I was a spring chicken or anything.
Exactly.
And it wasn't like I didn't have a role to play in the whole matter.
But I feel that I should have
I think what should have happened? What should have happened is that we should have spoken more to each other. Now that, again, hindsight is everything. We should have spoken more to each other. We should have known that, look, we are two people who are against the rest of the people who are saying this. Imagine that somebody tells you in a very derogatory manner. Today, people still do that. And I don't know whether you know Thomastina. Thomastina will tell you that, hey, please, when they are talking about her and she's here, don't talk, because they are still, even way, 2-3 years ago, Thomastina would say, hey, she would defend her, or they don't do that. And, but people would still see you and say, hey, what does she think she's doing? Hey, you are down for no reason. Hey, me, it's not just you. I don't think I will ever meet anybody like you. I don't think you will ever meet anybody like you.
No.
I don't think you will ever meet.
No. Trouble like you.
And full of love and conviviality and all the nice things. But I don't think I'll ever meet anybody like you.
No.
And somebody who's hardworking and dedicated to duty and, gives more than is required of them. And you're right. You were the harder working one. You were the one who was always pushing. You were my bigger sister.
Yeah.
So and
I still am your big sister.
We've caught up. And I ran so many things by you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do anything without me.
Yeah.
Nana, what do you think of this?
Yeah.
Do you think I should make this move? Do you think I should make that move? But there were some key things which, of course, I cannot talk about on air, which happened, which I should probably have said, is it really true that this happened, which I did not do? And for me, those are the defining moments.
Yeah.
Probably that's why I even stopped working in television, because the person who was my ally was no longer my ally. And when that happens, you start drifting, and anybody and everybody thinks they can come and occupy the space that that special person occupies. And for me, I don't love somebody because I love them today and I stop loving them because they offended me. I love them and I love them. And so for me, I think that's why I stopped working. One of the reasons why I stopped working there. And the fact that people talk too much.
Yeah.
about things that don't concern them.
Yeah.
And it's happening today. You listen to the media, you find that this person is saying that this person has done that, therefore, and they keep going back and forth and that.
Yeah.
So I thought that it would, and it's funny that you want to do that next year because it's something that I felt we should
and
speak
it's
about.
something that as women, I think we need to watch it. I mean, no one is perfect. We all have our faults, but we see the guys, sometimes you go, this is, I mean, somebody will even go and take, I mean, I read something and I think Reggie Rockstone says the guy who took his ex-wife, they talk.
But why not? I mean, it's ex.
They talk. They are friends, and I was just thinking that you won't find women doing that. Petty things, and we let it come between us, and it breaks our friendship. Of course, there are certain things that yes, you need to be. You can't forgive, or you just
can't forgive. You need to.
You need to put the person at a distance, and watch yourself. But most of the time, we take it extreme and we let it break, good relationships.
You know what? We'll talk, I will come again because I intend to come again. Let's talk about you. I mean, I want to celebrate you, and I'm hoping that I don't get any last-minute assignments because I'm coming to the Women Call to Worship on the 5th, where I'm sure I'll put all my dancing skills on display on that day.
Meanwhile, she doesn't know how to dance.
Two left legs. but so 25 years. What's your most memorable report or TV appearance? Which one would you say this one did it for me?
Which one would I say this one did it for me? I can't really remember. I can't really pinpoint one. But I think, remember that my interview with President Kufuor?
Which one? You had more than one with him.
Yeah, when he won the elections. That was also another thing that brought a lot of enmity between us. When he won, I think he won the elections in 2008.
9/8, yeah.
Yeah.
December 2000.
Yeah, so 1st January 2009.
Oh, yes.
We were supposed to go and interview him. And we're supposed to get there. And you know me, Wafache woke me up. Whatever.
And you didn't show up that day.
No, you didn't show up. You were late.
No, wait.
No, the first, and when he won that, he was president-elect. No, that's not 2000. That's 2000.
Let's retrace the steps. So when he won 2008.
No, when he won 2000.
So let me take you back to 2008.
Yes.
Because you just reminded me of something. In 2008, when President Kufuor won the elections, I had been assigned.
President Kufuor.
So I remember that.
President Kufuor won in 2000, and he was sworn in 2001.
Yes, so I'm talking about the first time he won.
Yeah, that's 2000.
So that 2000,
yes.
That day, I was assigned to, here's what I remember. I was assigned to President Kufuor's house.
Yeah.
And I was to interview 2 interviews. If he won, 1. If he failed, 1.
Yeah.
So we had done the 2 interviews. When Honorable Kwame Nabatels came and said he had won the elections. And then everybody was he, and then the whole craziness started happening. And then, so we left. After we had finished our work and, and everybody was excited. Then what I remember was that we were to have another one with him, all of us, 4 of us, me and the 2 other presenters.
Yeah.
And the 3 of us were there, but somehow you were not there.
No. The three of you who were supposed to, I remember Uncle Chris Popolampo was the one who was producing it. So it was a Saturday big breakfast show. And we're all supposed to get there by 5 a.m.
Oh.
That was the day, 1st of January, to go and interview him. And you guys were late.
Oh.
So when there was pressure and they said he was waiting and everything, so Uncle Chris
made you go.
Made me Uncle Chris and Mr. Amuzu said we should go, and that when you guys come, you will come there, and we were going live.
Of course, if it's a big breakfast show, we'll go live.
So we're going live, and so I got there, and they took me, and then I kept calling you. I remember I kept calling you. You didn't pick up, and then we went there, and then we did the interview. So it became as if Later on, yes, the whole thing that was going around is that
Okay,
I had connived
so there are
and
two,
then
so there are two
gone.
narratives. You see, again, so
Yeah.
there are two narratives here. Because my narrative is what I just gave.
Yeah.
In fact,
Yeah.
somehow, conveniently, that's how the human brain works anyhow. I've managed to not remember this, and I still don't really remember it.
Yeah.
But I know that you wouldn't say something
Yeah.
that is not true. But now that you mention, I remember hazily that we all felt that, why is it that if all four of us
But
were
I
supposed to be there, why did you not show? And so it was like, okay, she went behind us, and then
Yeah.
plus,
Yeah.
you know, the media landscape is a crazy landscape. It still is. I can see you guys fighting over space and everything. Let's hold this thought. Today we are looking at the feminine side of things on the standpoint. We will be right back. Please stay with us. Welcome back to the standpoint. You are listening to the feminine side of things, where women should have more of such conversations, not just for their own, whatever it is, ego, but to build on things that need building on, and also to serve as examples for other people. I mean, when you look at, and I'm doing a research on culture, and things like this always come.
And she's doing her PhD. I am so proud of her. She's done her master's, MBA. She's doing her PhD. Very soon I'll call her Dr. Kate Ado. Share. That's my claim to fame. My sister is a doctor.
You see,
doctor.
I will tell you. No, but on a more serious note, so I'm researching into something like this, where these things affect people, and so it's important that these things get spoken about so that people will know. But 25 years, from GBC was a comfort zone, and most of the things we got because we were there, and so when you decided to leave, it was time to leave. I mean, the universe was ready for you. But what is it that informed your decision to leave, knowing that you're going to not earn a monthly salary, at the end of the month, and not fearing what the challenges were going to be?
To be honest, when we used to talk a lot, I told them, when I leave GBC, I'm not going to work for any media house. I'm going to work for myself. But to be honest, it got to a point when it was a bit too much. There was too much antagonism, too much negative energy. Everything you did, there seemed to be something wrong with it. I started the standpoint there before I left. That one too became a problem. And every time there was always something.
One thing or the other.
No,
let me ask you.
I was tired of fighting.
Let me ask you this. And I'm the only one who can ask you this. Some people say that you are a difficult person, and and also that you like to surround yourself with minions rather than people who are your peers, because you always want to be primus inter pares. People don't know you. Tell us who you are, and whether you think what it is about you that make people say that.
I don't know. You were my friend, and you are my friend. And Kate, you saw me when I was GBC. I'm the type I will even take. You remember, sometimes you used to even get angry with me. Take the plate of some of the seniors and go and wash it for them. They would send me to go and buy food for them, and I'll buy it for them. So I gave them every respect that I have to. Some of them, I could go to their homes to do stuff for them. But I guess I'm the type that I will not let you see me break. Or you see me break today, tomorrow I'm up. I'm the type everybody, from the security guy to everybody. You remember Atta, the cleaner, he will come to me, and I played with everybody. I'm not the one, I know where I'm coming from. I don't have airs around me. I'm not arrogant. And so when you come around me, or I come around you, and you want to do that, I'll quietly find my small corner and go and play with people I want to play with, or people who want to accept me. As for difficult, yes, I'm a difficult person, because I will not let you walk over me. I know where I am coming from. It hasn't been easy, Kate. You know it. It's been tough. And yes, you rightly said, the first time you went to buy, I didn't have money to buy food, so you had to buy food for me. And at a point, I felt that my father died. You were there in 2005. My 2005, my mother died 2006. I had nothing. I had nobody. All I had left was this thing that God has given me. And I was not going to let anybody take that thing from me. I would not, you would just say whatever it is, but as for me, the rebelness, I'm not naturally a rebel, but I train myself to be a rebel.
Rephrase that one. Also, sometimes they say you are over the top. Yeah. Are you over the top?
Yeah, I'm over the top.
And explain.
I'm over the top because I go all out. You know, everything I do, I'll go all out and do it. If you invite me to your point, then don't invite me. Because when you ask me to do something, I'll do it as if it's my own. Not because I want to take over, but I do it with passion. Mm-hmm. I'm a very passionate person. I'm a very emotional person. I'm a very involving person. So everywhere I'm around you, I remember one of my colleagues from, another place where I used to do side job. She was getting married and said, Gifty, Pacho, wedding, the member, between about reception. Don't come to the wedding. I said, oh, why? Say, you come and sit there, and then the pastor will keep saying, and Gifty auntie, and Gifty auntie. So don't come. It's my day. It's about me. So don't come.
So what you're saying is that sometimes your personality, whether people want to accept or not.
Sometimes people find my personality overwhelming. Look at me, I'm still very active on social media today. People can't understand my exercises I'm putting in there. I'm putting my pictures
there. That thing is annoying me more than anything. What is that?
It is me being me, having fun. You know me, I'm not very outgoing.
Yeah.
You won't find me at parties. Mm-hmm. You won't find me at nightclub. So I have my way of having fun. Go to the gym and all that. And with what I do, I post these pictures just to encourage women.
Yeah.
That, let's say, it doesn't matter your age.
So since we are running out of time, I have important questions. What I also wanted to talk about is your personal life. Mm. Some people, again, because I hear things and I'm like that, claim that probably your marriage was put out there too much. Mm. And given that you were speaking, but I don't know whether when you say you're a feminist, it means you don't like men, because then they don't know you.
What's that supposed to be?
but you see, so people, it started from people saying, she said she was a feminist, now she's getting married and she's doing, and I saw the vexatious story about you claiming to have, people claiming you have knelt down before your husband and all those things. Do you think that probably you should have quietened things down from the time?
No, not at all. And if I'm to do it again, I would do it all over again, because I'm the type, we are all different. I feel that my life, my mistakes, and if you've read any of my books, I put everything in there, my stories, and my husband hasn't read any of my books because he says
he doesn't want to. Have you read?
And that is me. Because my life, for me, it should be reflective. It didn't used to be like that, but going through all that I've been through and seeing that other, especially younger ones, are going through, and sometimes you can't tell them that, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. I tell them that, listen, this is what I did. Most of the time, we tell people not to do things, but we don't explain to them.
Why?
This is what I did. This is what, for example, I tell people that, listen, when you marry, I told myself that when I get married, I wouldn't, and God forbid it ends, I would never say that, I never enjoyed from day one. No. Even if one day, I have to enjoy it, that I know that if I made a commitment to go into that, I got something out of it. If it doesn't end today, if it ends today, it doesn't work. It was good while they lasted. And it didn't last. That's it. I'm a public person. I'm a social media animal. Most of the time, my first speaking engagement, international speaking engagement I got was through social media. And people think they know so much, but there's so much they don't know about me.
Exactly, yes. Exactly.
But what I put there what I want to put there. I like to have fun on social media. for example, now me and my daughter, HRH, they call her HR, we are there. And every time I put a story out, I get people telling me that.
She's a sweetheart.
People telling me that, oh, you also go through that. I thought people like you don't go through that. Oh, it's just me too.
Hey, by her accent, Lydia. Mommy, can you stop doing that? I'm like, hey, this one is over. It's over in above us.
You know?
Okay, so then let's talk about. Do you feel misunderstood?
I don't feel misunderstood. I think people deliberately
try to
misinterpret me or misunderstand me. I feel people deliberately they don't see how, you can seem to have it all put together. So every time there must be something that, you are pretending or you are covering or something. Sometimes I am the person who is always writing something on social media, inspirational, and then people will think that
it's happening to you.
It's happening to you. Sometimes, yes, it's happening to me, and I write it. But it doesn't mean that every time something I write is happening to me. But people will read meaning into everything. And if you do that, you cannot live, Kate.
I know.
If you do that, you can't be yourself. And from what I've been through in life to get here and still struggling, the little things I find joy in, I won't let anybody rob me from it. It's not fair. And I won't let you can say whatever you want to say about me, but I will remain Gifty Auntie. I will be me. When they gave me this title of Ohineyiri,
Again, I'm sure you don't remember, but did you know that we used to tease you and call you Nana Yele when you were younger because you were too much of a penisem. And so everyone say, hey, wait,
you used to, I remember quite I told them, you said me and Chile. And that has been me from those who know me from Saito Intema. Everything that they do, me a day inside. I don't know sports, but I'll be playing basketball. When I was at Infantima, sports, not all because they will go to town and go and buy fancy kenki. As I was a sports person, me one, me who the event, I'm there. Every club, I'm inside. Entertainment, I was entertainment prefect. That has always been me. Okay. GIJ, remember? We started this Pen Ladies Club, and then there was some fashion show.
The women thing that you were doing, and the fashion show,
I made you deputy. I keep telling people that there are things that I've done in the past. I look back, I wish I hadn't done.
Definitely.
But I do not carry it on as regret.
Let me tell you something. If you didn't do those things, you wouldn't know today not to do it, and you would not even be here.
Yeah.
I'm sure that you will agree with me that this conversation is not a one-part conversation. In fact, the people who will call me with running stomach, or who will call Madam with running stomach, please don't worry, we are not saying anything. So, yes, but on a more serious note, we recognize that this conversation cannot be had in one part. And so next week, same time, we will bring you a second part of this conversation. Remember that we are celebrating 25 years of media experience by the one and only, our very own, your Ohineyiri Gifty Auntie, my Nana Danswa, and everybody's mother and mentor. And I've been seeing the TikTok videos, very exciting videos about how people want her to mentor them. But yes, so we are very grateful to God for her life and for the 25 years. And we are looking forward to the next 25 years. But immediately, we are looking forward to next week while we continue the conversation, revealing conversation about who she is and what she's been up to in the past 25 years and what she aspires to in the coming years. So we'll make a date with us.
As for difficult, yes, I'm a difficult person because I will not let you walk over me. I know where I am coming from. It hasn't been easy, Kate. You know it. It's been tough. And yes, you rightly said, the first time you went to buy, I didn't have money to buy food, so you had to buy food for me. And at a point, I felt that my father died. You were there in 2005. My 2005, my mother died 2006. I had nothing. I had nobody. All I had left was this thing that God has given me. And I was not going to let anybody take that thing from me.